था।
जी नहीं, प्लीज मुझे बताइए।
तुम मिड एयर में चली गई थी। यू आर अप।
अरे ऐसे मत बोलो यार, इतनी जल्दी मुझे ऊपर मत भेजो, अभी भी मैं बहुत जवान हूँ।
आपको ये देखना है कैसे हुआ?
जी मुझे दिखाइए। Very well done. Very well.
Thank you so much.
Yes, Jetty जी, you are a brilliant magician. You are a wonderful illusionist. बहुत मजा आया. Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you so much.
I think हमारे मंच पर इस सीजन में जितने भी magicians आए हैं, आप उन सब में से बेस्ट हैं.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank.
गाड़ी चलो गाड़ी. बहुत गाड़ी चाहिए चलो हट जाओ.
और इतना ज्यादा जो तुम बोलती हो ना,
क्या बन रही हूँ मैं?
इतना ज्यादा नहीं बोलना चाहिए, समझे कि नहीं? मतलब खुद को क्या समझ रही हो? क्या हुआ? गाड़ी खराब है ना, मतलब कुछ भी बोलोगी?
तमीज से बात करो.
तमीज से ही बात कर रहा हूँ मैं. फिर किससे बात कर रहा हूँ?
देखो किस तरह की बात कर रहे हो.
यार मैं तुमसे तमीज से ही बात कर रहा हूँ, कुछ ज्यादा नहीं बोल रहा हूँ मैं.
तुम क्या सोचते हो लेकर आए इस गाड़ी को?
क्या वो गाड़ी तो है, गाड़ी भी खराब हो गई, नहीं चालू हो रही है, तो मतलब कुछ भी बोलते जाओगी तुम. बेइज्जती किया जा रहे हो, मेरी कोई इज्जत नहीं है. तुम कुछ भी होगी किसके यहाँ की कुछ भी होगी तुम, मतलब मेरी कोई इज्जत नहीं है क्या?
बहुत ज्यादा बोल रहे हो तुम, ठीक है? बहुत ज्यादा बोल रहे हो.
फिर क्या कर रहा हूँ मैं? मेरा मन हुआ, मुझे अच्छा लगा, मैं सोचा चलो आज ये गाड़ी में घुमा देता हूँ. बहुत लग्जरी गाड़ी में घूमती होगी, तो इसमें तुम मतलब ऐसे बोलने लगी मुझको.
लग्जरी वाली बात नहीं है, स्टार्ट भी नहीं हो रही है ना, कंफर्ट है इसमें, दरवाजा नहीं खुल रहा है इसका.
तो क्या हुआ, तुमको दरवाजा खोल के बैठना है कि बंद करके बैठना है?
हमेशा मजाक नहीं छाटा, ठीक है? हमेशा प्रैंक करते रहते हैं, हमेशा मजाक मस्ती.
ये मजाक कर रहा हूँ मैं, कुछ भी होगा. देखो अभी मैं क्या करता हूँ, तुमको बताता हूँ, ठीक है? तुम देखो. हाँ, क्या करने जा रहा हूँ? क्या मतलब कैसे तुमने बोल दिया? हाँ, गाड़ी चलो गाड़ी. बहुत गाड़ी चाहिए चलो हट जाओ. ले गाड़ी. दिमाग खराब करके रख दिया है. हाँ? क्या हो गया वैशाली? अरे रो क्यों रही हो वैशाली? सुनो तो सही. सॉरी.
क्या किया यार ये?
अरे मेरी गाड़ी थी, मैंने तोड़ दिया, उसमें क्या हो गया? यही चाहती थी ना तुम? हाँ? खुश हो गई? क्या हो गया?
क्या है तुम्हें यार?
सॉरी रो मत यार, मुझे नहीं पता तुम इतना रो दोगी, मतलब सॉरी. इधर आ. सॉरी, मैं तुमको बताता हूँ, शांत हो जाओ.
किसी को लग जाती यार, अभी तो क्या होता समझ, क्या करते?
कुछ नहीं. सॉरी. पहले तुम सैड ऐसे अच्छी नहीं लगती हो. सॉरी, मैं सॉरी बोल रहा हूँ. अरे मैंने थोड़ा, तो तुम क्यों रो रही हो? तुम्हारे होने की क्या बात हो जाती है?
तुम क्या कर रहे हो यार?
सॉरी. एक्चुअली मैं बता दूं वैशाली, मैं
ये कर सकते हो, मैंने कभी
कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ. सुनो जाने दो, जो गया मैं छोड़ दो. मतलब कुछ भी कर रही हूँ मैं, पैसे वैसे की बात कर रही हूँ मैं, गाड़ी पूरी तोड़ सकता हूँ, सब कुछ कर सकता हूँ मैं, उतना मत क्या करो. मैं ये सिर्फ, मैं तुमको बता दूं, मैं एक छोटा सा प्रैंक करने वाला था, और वैसे प्रैंक कर रहा था तुम्हारे साथ. हमारा कैमरा वो कार में लगा हुआ है, उधर देख सकते हो आप. वो सिर्फ एक मजाक था, मेरा मूड खराब हो गया, मैं क्या करता. मैं सिर्फ एक मजाक करने वाला था और कुछ भी नहीं करने वाला था, लेकिन जाने दो, जो भी हो गया. मैं तुमको खुश करने के लिए हमेशा बुलाता हूँ, तुम सैड रहोगे तो मैं हंसाऊंगा. ऐसे हंसती हो ना तुम, तो बहुत अच्छी लगती हो. और सुनो, बाइक लेके आया हूँ मैं, मेरी बाइक खड़ी है उधर, कार के पीछे खड़ी. पहले एक कैमरा में हाई कर दो.
नहीं करूंगी यार, सच में यार, तुमको ये मजाक लग रहा है.
ठीक है, मैं बाइक. एक बार मेरे कैमरे में तो हाई कर दो अभी.
Hello everyone. Let's start the session. Yeah. So last session we discussed about so few basic things related to what is a web page. So we learned about what is a static page and a dynamic page. So few important basics we learned, that is about what is web server and what is website, how to locate the web server and website. These are the options we learned. So till now we discussed about what is web server and what is website, and we learned about what is web page. Now some more important terms are there. So basic terminology related to web development, we need to learn some more. Once you know about all the terms, now you can start building application. In web page, we discussed about what is static page and what is dynamic page. These things we learned. So clearly we learned about what is difference between static and dynamic pages, right? After understanding these basics, we will practically work with it, step by step, designing both static and dynamic pages. So before you start designing the pages, you need to know some more terms. Then we can start working with it. Practically, we can start designing. Up to now, creating a website, keeping some resources in the website, accessing those resources without a web page, how to access them. I hope everyone tried. Have you tried, everyone? Have you tried those concepts? What we discussed in the previous session? All right, good. Yeah. So, if you are new, no worry, because already in our YouTube channel, those demo videos are uploaded. You can go through them. And once, mostly in 1-2 days, the demos are finished. Now register sessions will start. Maximum 2 days, a register sessions will start. When it starts, we will conduct backup for the registered people who missed out the first sessions. No need to worry about that, right? Yeah. All right. And if you missed the first sessions, you can get them in the backup, and backup will happen for registered people. So in 2 days, we will stop this demo. No more demo will be there. And seriously, we continue with the general topics, right? Of course. So registration means, the concept of registration is that, right? So without that, no more sessions here, right? Mostly 2 days more, right? Yeah. So there we will continue with the complete now, all the concepts. So because few people are still joining in, that's the reason we are extending the demos to 2 more days maximum. That's it, right? So regular after 2 days, mostly today, tomorrow. After that, the regular will start, right? Yeah. Okay, let's continue about that. So continue our concept. So we learned the basics of web server, website, web page, and difference between static and dynamic page. So let me recall that. Do you remember these 2 points? Can you tell me what is a static page? In simple terms, tell me what is a static page, what you understood by static page. Static page means, what is a static page? How you can define a static page? If anyone asks what is a static page, how you do that? Good, right? Static page means good, right? So the better definition for interviews is whatever you are sending here as a message, all are good, right? Good. But you should have a well-framed definition that will satisfy the interviewer. Am I right? Whatever you try to explain here is good. You know that. That means by your options, we can understand that you understood the concept. But interviewer looks for a technical definition. So you need to describe that. Then he will be satisfied with your answer, right? Actually, you can simply say that static page contains same information to display across any number of requests. Am I right? Static page contains same information to display across any number of requests. And static pages will have extension .html or .htm, right? HTML or HTM. Yeah. Dynamic page contains information that changes according to the request. Dynamic page extensions, usually PHP, JSP, all these will be there, right? That is actually website, web page. Now, after understanding that, next important in the web terminology, you need to know about what is a web application. Web application. So in interviews, they ask the difference between, you say yourself as a web developer, then many times to know whether you know perfectly about the web development or not. In interviews, especially for freshers, this question is regularly asked. What is difference between a website and a web application? Website and web application. Technically, you should know that. What is difference between a website and web application? You should know that. Actually, remember this. Website comprises of all static information. And a web application comprises of both static and dynamic content. So website comprises of all static content. You can simply say that all static content. Web application comprises of both static and dynamic. Both static and dynamic. For example, you opened some websites. When you open some websites, like suppose some MDN. MDN is some Mozilla Developers Network. So I searched MDN and I am using some websites like some Tutorial Point. These are some websites we are having. Some Tutorial Point, some MDN, something like this we have, right? Now usually I selected some topic and it opens that topic and it will display the topic. So here, so we want some information about any particular topic. Generally what happens is when you select, so when you choose, so it will display some pages information. And already I told you that suppose if any website is showing something where no interactions are there, that means everything static. There is nothing like search and all. Here a lot of options are there. Search students, search tutors, search, all these things are there. So technically, if there are something like interactions, like you can search, you can submit, you can register, you can log in, then whatever you are watching here, this is not a website. We technically call this as a web application. Web application. And if you opened something, there no interactions are there. No interactions are there. So no interactions are there. Just only some information is presented to you. That means all are static. There is no dynamic interaction. Only static is there. Then technically you can call them as website. So website comprises of usually all static information. Web application comprises of both static and dynamic. Static and dynamic. This is very important to understand. So these days, all are web applications only. Majority. We cannot say that all are web applications. So majority all are web applications because they provide a simple search option. They will provide a simple interaction. Then it is a web application because dynamically some actions need to be performed. So technically, website contains only static. For example, suppose I opened some website like nareshit.com. Suppose when I opened nareshit.com, in that they provided courses details, in that they provided trainers details and all the contents. There are no interactions required there. That means searching and all, nothing there. Registration, login, nothing is there. Only they providing some information to you. That means all the content is static and it is same for everyone. Such things are called as websites. A web developer, so many times he will build websites as well as web applications. So websites have all static content, but web application have both static and dynamic. That means both client side, server side, everything will be there in a web application. So a full stack developer can build both websites and web application. For building website, he need HTML, CSS, JavaScript, that's enough. But for building web application, he needs server side, database, middleware like things also. So technically, as a developer, you should know that everything on internet is not a website. We have some websites and we have some web applications. We have both of them, right? Technically, we have website and web application. What is difference between a website and web application? You should know that, right? Next, important. So you have to know about blogs. What is a blog? What is a blog? On internet, as I told you, everything is not website. We have websites, we have web application, and we have blog. Technically, the word blog came from weblog. In short, we call as blog. Actually, what is a blog? What is the purpose of blog? For example, you want to join full stack course. Then you visited Naresh IT website and you learned about what is full stack course teaching you. That means they given you all the information about that course. That means you have Naresh IT website and you have visited that website and you saw that course details and all. Now you joined a course. Now after joining the course, will you visit that Naresh IT website every day, again and again? Is that website any use for you every day, regularly? No. So why? Because as a new person to know about it, you came there and you know about it and now you are a member of it. Then every day you don't need to know about that. Then what you do is, generally you joined some full stack course. Then the faculty who is training you full stack, the faculty who is training you Java, or faculty who is training you .NET, PHP, Python, those faculties will actually maintain a blog. They maintain a blog and you subscribe to that blog. Every day what is happening in the class is posted in that blog and you will get updated with that blog and you will know everything happening in the sessions every day. That means you don't need a website anymore. Blogs are like, actually, blogs are like journals on internet. So usually published by individual users and updated periodically. Usually maintained by individual users and updated periodically. And generally, the popular bloggers are blogging websites are blogger.com. Blogger.com is very popular blogger. And we have a website called Wix, W-I-X. So Wix, so that is also a popular blogger. So wix.com. So many are there. Blogger belongs to Google. That means you can open here, so like blogger.com. So this is Blogger. Here you can create a blog. And you can maintain a blog. You can configure, you can maintain, and you can create a blog. So like this. So we have like wix.com. So the blogger.com. Right. These are popular. You can see this is Wix is one. This is Wix. And you can create blogs here free. Actually, blogs are free. Websites are not free. Blogs are free. In the blogs, you can publish the information. Generally, what you do is, as a developer, as a developer, you have to design blogs. Blogs can be designed without much technical knowledge. That I will show you how to create the blogs for our business or requirements. Usually what we do is we follow these blogs. So why to follow the blogs? Because periodically they will be updating everything there. You can see this is Blogger. And these days people are making money with the blogs. If you have a blog, then you can publish some good details every day. And many people will subscribe to your blog and they can watch those details. And due to that, if many people are visiting every day, Google will put advertisements on that. And for that, Google pays you. So that means blogs, people are making money with the blogs these days. You can earn money with these blogs. So these days, this is not a website. Website is different from a blog. Actually, blog publishes everything So usually blog publishes everything, publishes everything into one page. Observe these days we have vlogs also. Vlog. So I hope many of you heard about that. These are video logs. These are video logs. Video logs. You can see on YouTube, the best example for this is video logs. These days we have most video logs. Video logs means you see YouTube channels. The best example for this is, the first example is YouTube channels. YouTube channels. These are video logs actually. That means on YouTube, there are so many channels, people subscribe to those channels. They post regularly some details. And for maintaining a channel and posting good details, if many subscribers are increasing, traffic is coming, then you will get paid from the Google team. That means Google will pay you for that. So people are now going with these video logs. Earlier blogs are very famous. Now trending is video log. People are making good money with these video logs. So on internet, you should know that designing is not only for website. You have to design for websites. You have to design for application. You have to design for blogs, video logs. For every type of content, approach will be different. Their presentation will be different. Their content also will be different. That is what a developer should know. Because generally a customer comes and says that I want a website and I want to maintain a blog also. You help me in designing them. Then you should first know that there is a concept called blog. You should first know that there is a concept called vlog. And you should also know as a developer how to build them. What are the rules? What is the tradition for building them? So all are not built in the same way. They are developed with different contents. Actually, we have microblogs also. Microblog. We have microblog. Microblog is nothing but actually multiple users can publish their content, their personal information onto single page. And the best example for this microblog is Twitter. Twitter is not a website. People, if you call Twitter as a website, that means you don't know technically about Twitter. So even when you read newspapers or something, so regularly you can see that in the newspapers they will write, today this person tweeted this message on the microblogger Twitter. That means they even know that, they also know that Twitter is not a website. Twitter is a microblog. We should call it as a microblog. And Twitter has other techniques also, which you will learn later. So it is one of the world's first single page application. What is a single page application? These we are going to discuss now. Detailedly we will learn about them. But as a web developer, you have to know that developers will develop websites. So we have website, we have web application, we have blog, we have video logs, we have microblogs. Not only that, so we also have a concept called wiki. We also have a concept called wiki. Actually, wiki, the word wiki means quick. Wiki means quick. So it is actually it is an Hawaiian word, Hawaiian term. It is an Hawaiian term. Wiki means quick. It is an Hawaiian term. So it is an Hawaii term. That means it belongs to Hawaii language actually. So it is an Hawaiian term. So which means quick actually, which means quick. So what is specialty of Wiki? You might have heard about Wikipedia, but very few people know why it is called Wikipedia. Actually, if you know about Wiki, what is specialty of Wiki is, Wiki allows any anonymous user to edit its content. A wiki allows any anonymous user to edit its content. That means generally, for example, and best example for wiki is Wikipedia. Wikipedia is one wiki. Why it is called Wikipedia? Because it is a quick reference for encyclopedia. It is a quick reference for encyclopedia. So that is why in short we call this as Wikipedia, because wiki means quick. And Wikipedia, but that is not the technical concept actually. Technical concept is wiki allows any anonymous user to edit its content. That is the specialty of wiki. It allows any anonymous user to edit its content. That is what actually the specialty of wiki is. I will show you. For example, suppose I opened some Naresh IT website. In the Naresh IT website, so I went to some courses. And in the courses, I selected some UI technology course. Some course contents will come. In this course contents, we have topics. So if I want, can I add any new topic into this? Can I add a new topic into this? What do you say? Can I make any changes in this? No. But a wiki allows that. So we cannot make any changes. A wiki allows. Observe carefully. We have Wikipedia. In the Wikipedia, suppose I searched for some JavaScript, and it gets information about JavaScript. You can read about JavaScript. And at the same time, you can observe carefully, right side, there is an option called edit. I hope many people may not have observed that there is an edit option. And by clicking edit, you can make changes into this content. That means if you know better than what they have written there, you can edit. But their admin, their review team will verify the content that you made changes. And if they think that your changes are good and appropriate, then they will save the changes. And in the credits, they will give you your name saying that this person contributed to this article. That means this is something special. So, and designing such things are not easy, because live, it should allow users to make changes, editing. And those changes must be verified, then they are saved, then they are given to all other users also. So that means everything is not editable. Others' websites, you can't edit them. But Wiki allows to edit. That is the specialty of Wiki. And not only, so don't think that anything with the prefix Wiki called Wiki, right? No, Wikipedia is a type of Wiki. Do you know? Google Maps is also a Wiki. You have IMDb like websites. This is also a Wiki. You know IMDb? So many people may have known that IMDb is Internet Movie Database. This is IMDb. in this IMDb website here, this is a wiki. It is not a website. You can search for movies. You can search for articles on movies. So, and here what you can do is, so you can go to any particular movie. You can go to any particular movie. It will give you information about that movie and cast and crew and everything. Here you can add the reviews. You can add the cast. You can make changes into this if you know better than what they have written here. So you can upload the photos if photos are not there. You can write the summary of the story. So if it is there, you see there is an edit option there. They given an edit option here at the cast. You can see they given an edit option there. That means they say that you know better than what we have given, then you can edit. You can make changes. That means this is a wiki which allows anyone to edit the content. But everything you made change, they will not update it immediately. They will verify that if content is good, everything is correct, then only they will save that. So that means the point here is these are not websites. You should not call Google Maps as an application or Google Maps as a website. So usually it is a wiki. Because in Google Maps also you can write reviews, you can upload photos, you can edit, you can pin the locations also. So technically everything in web development is not a website. This is where many people fail in interviews in the first level itself. Because when you say that I know web development, I am a Java developer, .NET developer, Python developer, Node.js developer, but I don't know difference between website and web application, people will laugh generally. That means what you are talking about. That means without knowing what is a website or a web application or a wiki, how you are a web developer, that's completely not great. So that is the reason. So these terms, so people generally, when they join a course, they want immediate practical. First day they want to write code. That's like joke. So writing code is nothing you can do anytime, but without knowing what you are writing, for what purpose you are writing, so that is like completely not great. That means you should first know what it is, how they are built, then we can build them, right? So this is where you are tested. So that means in interviews, they will not directly ask that write code and show me. First, they will test your skills, whether you are having good knowledge of that concept. Then they will, if you pass in that, then they will test your coding skills. Immediately in any interview, first attempt, they will not test your coding skills. First, they will test your skills in the concept. If you know the concept, then they will test you the coding skills. That's the reason practical is not immediate first important point. So knowing about all the concept is important point. So that is the reason. So first 1-2 sessions we need to spend on understanding the concept. Then we can start practically. Right? That is very important concept is about web development. In interviews, many people fail there. That is the reason. Technically, so I hope everyone understood these points. What is a blog? What is a microblog, wiki, and podcast? And another important is you need to know about what is a podcast. Podcasting. So on internet, as a web developer, you have all these things. We have websites, we have web applications, we have blogs, we have microblogs, we have video logs, so we have wikis, we have podcasting also. Podcasting is nothing but technically podcast allows so developers to upload media content. So not only developers and users to upload media content onto servers, Media content is nothing but usually media content means audio and video. Audio, video contents are uploaded onto server. Audio and video contents are uploaded to server. So that the content can be can be broadcasted onto other devices. So this is one interesting point here. That is what actually we call as podcasting. Podcasting allows the developers to upload the media content so that the content can be broadcasted to other devices. This is something special actually. What is the concept is technically. So the concept technically is, for example, best example for this podcast these days, the best example for podcast is YouTube. YouTube is a best podcaster. YouTube is a best podcaster. So that means the best example. Even you have like iTunes. iTunes is, you have Windows Media Player. All these comes under podcasting. Actually, you observe why it is called podcaster. I will tell you. YouTube, you can open YouTube on your mobile or on your laptop. You can open YouTube and watch video. And do you know YouTube have an option these days? Recently, YouTube have a new option. And what is the new option of YouTube is, technically, from several years now it is there. While you are watching a video on YouTube, you can broadcast that video onto your smart TV or any another device that is connected on your Wi-Fi. Am I right? Have you seen that? There is a casting option. Have you seen that? Right? Right. Cast option comes, you can cast onto smart TVs, right? Cast onto other devices. That means it is called, that means if it is allowing you to watch at that location, at the same time, if it is allowing to cast onto other devices, then it is called as a podcaster. We call them as podcasting. That means they allow you to watch there and also to broadcast onto other devices, other smart devices. Then we can call that podcast, right? So of course, Hotstar, all these are there. You have Chromecast also. Have you seen that? Chromecast, Hotstar, right? So this all comes under the category of, yeah, if any application is giving an option to cast that content onto other smart devices and watch, then it is called podcast. Understood? Right? So is it having, Amazon Prime is having to cast, is it having to cast onto smart devices? Is it having an option to cast onto smart devices? I think Amazon Prime is not having any casting option. You know it, right? It is having an app. On a smart TV, you will have an app. So then once check, then you will get a clarity. No need to ask, is Amazon Prime, is Netflix. Once you check if that facility is available, then it is called as podcasting. Understood? Right. Hope you are very clear with that. No need to ask like this website is podcast or not. You will see by yourself You can see it and you can come to a conclusion whether it is a podcaster or not, right? If you know the concept of podcasting, right? If it is allowing that, then it is called casting. Allowing that, then it is called casting, right? Now, another important here in the web development, you need to know about the terms like URL and URI. So what is URL and what is URI? Already I told you URL is uniform resource locator, and URI is uniform resource identifier. We have uniform resource locator and uniform resource identifier. URL and URI. I hope many people know URL, but very few people know about URI. If you are new to web development, everything is new for you. Actually, as I told you, URL, it is a virtual path. It is a virtual path generated by web server in order to access the resources from a website, or application or blog or anything, right? That means in order to access the resources, I told you we have two paths. We have physical path and we have virtual path. So URL is technically is a virtual path. It is generated by web server in order to access the resources from a website. And URI is nothing but it is a named location in the resource. It is a named location in the resource. That means a location inside the resource. Accessing a resource is URL. A location in that resource is URI. I will show you that. We will see that point. Suppose I am creating a simple document. Don't worry about what I am writing code. Just you observe the concept here. Just concept you need to understand. Rest of things you can see later. Suppose I have some content here. Right? Lot of content here. And in this, I have some options like a heading. I have a heading called mobiles. And this heading have an ID called mobiles. Okay. And some few paragraphs later, I have another heading. So some footwear and another heading with an ID as some footwear. Okay. And after few paragraphs, again, I have a heading, so fashion. And here we have an ID as fashion. Usually, so I saved this in our website physical path, some options like categories, products.html. I want to access this. That means you observe carefully. Here I am typing the URL. That means URL is, here we are typing the URL. So URL is http:// So we need to configure that http:// localhost and /Amazon, that is the website. And here products.html. This is the resource location and it gets the products HTML. That is the resource location. So that is what actually the resource location is. So that is the resource location, right? So technically, so the resource location, so we have this resource location. This is URL. That means you are accessing a resource. That is URL. That means URL looks like this. URL looks like this. And this is the URL. This is the URL. URL looks like this, right? And when URL looks like this, so when URL looks like this, in this resource, that means in this HTML file, lot of topics are there. In this HTML file, lot of topics are there. One second. Yeah, so in this mobiles, so in this we have a lot of topics. You see, I'm scrolling down, and footwear, like fashion, like so many topics are there. We can scroll up and down and we can go to the topics. Now here, to go to any specific topic inside this location, inside this page, so this is URL, and here I am using a simple hash. I am typing in hash, and I am writing like fashion. That means this is an named location inside this resource. Actually, fashion is referring to an ID. It is referring to an ID inside this page. And when I hit enter, automatically it will take me to that location. It will take me to that location. Here I am typing like some footwear, and hit enter, it will take me to that location. If I type here like mobiles, it will take me to that location. Mobiles, so it will take me to that location. That means URL and URI, these two are important. And this part, that is products.html, this is complete URL. A named location in that, that means in the example here, so a named location means here, observe carefully, in this, only this part is called as, only this part is called as, that highlighted part is called as URI. We call this as uniform resource identifier. Uniform resource identifier. Yeah. So your doubts, we will talk about that once we finish it. I already told you, don't worry what the code I am writing. Don't worry about how I am writing. Just leave it. Just understand the concept. That is only the thing you have to think at this level, right? Don't worry about what is H2, sir, what is hash, sir, what is this, right? That is not the point here. Because here our concept is to understand what is difference between URL and URI. For that, I given you a sample program to understand the situation. It doesn't mean that you have to practice that now, right? You will learn about that once we go into the concept. As of now, what is the difference you understood by the point of resource locator and resource location? I will tell you a point. If anyone asks you, so what is difference between email ID and email address? Both are same, huh? What do you say? Email ID, email address, both are same, huh? Are these? Both are same? Email ID, email address, both are same. So if you say both are same, that means you don't know about email at all. That is the first thing, right? So that means minimum you should know as an internet user that there is a difference between email address and email ID. Actually, so what is difference between email ID and email address? See, suppose you are using Gmail, gmail.com. It is the website. In that, actually, your email address is your name at gmail.com. That is email address. Email address. Now you opened Gmail. In order to log in, it will ask username. It will ask username. Username. It will ask username. So do I need to type entire at gmail.com? Do I need to enter? Then what I need to type there? Then what I need to type there? I need to type only the ID. Am I right? Huh? That is email ID. Email ID. That means if you are in the same location and you are accessing something in the same location, then it is called email ID. Am I right? That means it is called ID. For example, you are using Facebook now, facebook.com. And in Facebook, they will ask you to enter your email. Then if you type only your name and not at gmail.com, will it work? Huh? No, you have to enter the complete address because it is some new content. There you have to enter at gmail.com or something. Am I right? That means now if you understood this, this is called this URL. This is called URI and this is called URL. Understood difference? Huh? So that means URL is the resource location. URL is the resource location. And URI is an identifier inside that resource. In that resource, you can go to a specific part. In that resource, you can go to a specific part. How to write all this, later you will see. That is the reason these days in web development, we have to be having knowledge of every concept because now these days we are dealing with this URI very much. That means, for example, observe carefully. Suppose you opened a website like Amazon. In Amazon, you searched for some products. After searching for some products on Amazon, you close Amazon and you open YouTube. In YouTube, you will find advertisement for the same product that you have searched on Amazon. Have you seen that? Have you seen that done? On YouTube or on Facebook or on Gmail in your computer, you will suddenly find an advertisement for the same product of Amazon. You will not find an advertisement of Amazon. You will find an advertisement of exactly the product you have searched on Amazon. Right? That means if it is showing you only Amazon, that means it is accessing only your URL. But if it is showing you in Amazon what you have searched, then in that case, that means it is accessing the URI, Uniform Resource Identifier. Understood? It is accessing the URI. So that is what actually the difference between URL and URI. And why it is called HTTP : all these you are going to learn once we start practically working with that. As of now, first we have to understand the difference between URL and URI. Next important, you have to know about browser. Browser is nothing but actually browser is a software tool, used to access the resources from any website or application or something else. To access and view the resources from any location, we need a software tool that is called browser. And already you know we have so many browsers like Chrome, like Edge, like Firefox, so many, Safari, all these are browsers. So many are there. Browser is one software tool that generally you already know. And another important is you have to know about web debugger. Actually, web debugger, it is a software tool. Used by developers. So in web development, to track the performance and issues in web page. to track the performance and issues in web page. We need a software for tracking the performance and issues. Actually, every browser will have a web debugger, which you can invoke by using F12 function key. So function key by using F12 function key. Suppose this is Edge. So if I want to track the performance, if I want to know, you can simply press F12 function key, or you can right click and select inspect. It will open a debugger. This is called web debugger. This web debugger will show the performance. It will show the problems in your page. It contains a lot of options which you will learn how to use when we start practically working with it. This is called debugger. This is very important for developers to track the performance of page, to identify the problems on the page, everything done from this debugger. We need this debugger. How to use that, I will tell you in various occasions once we start practical. So that is debugger. There are several other web debuggers additionally, like, so we have Fiddler. Fiddler is one debugger. Like we have Postman. Postman is one debugger. We have Firebug. So many web debuggers are there. Suppose in my computer, I am having a Fiddler or Postman, like this is Fiddler. This is debugger, because in real-time projects that debugger comes with our browsers is not enough. We need more debugger. Then we need this. And this is a debugger. This is a debugger. And what is the purpose of debugger? How the debugger works? These we are going to learn detailedly. Step by step, we are going to understand about them, right? How to use them, no need to worry. That's what we are going to learn in different occasions. This is a debugger. So in order to start learning web development, first you should know the difference and you should know these terms. Like what is website, what is web page, what is web application, what is blog, what is vlog, what is microblog, wiki, podcasting, URL and URI, browser, debugger. Later you will learn about protocols, paths and all, how to handle them. Step by step we will discuss about, right? So after understanding these basics, now we can start designing the web pages. For that, we need to start working with the language HTML. So in our full stack, first we will start learning from the concept of HTML. So what is HTML and how do we work with HTML? Practically working with HTML. So now that we will start from next session. Tomorrow we will see that. So tomorrow we will start our first practical approach, and I will show you how do we set up environment to work with HTML, and we will start designing web pages now. And we will learn HTML. We will work with HTML. Mostly today, tomorrow will be the last for demos. From tomorrow, you will not get any more demos, right? So 1-2 days we will see it's done. Now we will start our regular session for registered people, right? And if you have to register and you have any doubts related to content and all, you can contact our admin. Their details are posted to you. You can go through them, right? So then mostly by tomorrow we can end this demo session, and we can continue. We can continue with the regular registered sessions from next session onwards, right? So tomorrow we will start with HTML. Then after that, we will finish the demo sessions. So we will continue only for registered people hereafter, right? Okay then. So this all notes and everything I will share. So in the registered sessions for the people who registered, I will give a private repository for them. They can log in there and they can get access to this all notes there, okay? You will get everything once you are registered into our sessions, okay? Right. Yeah, so we are going to upload all these notes and everything for the people who have registered in a private repository. These are all demos happening, right? Yeah.
कौन जाउच?
YouTube, I haven't said that YouTube is a vlog. I said that YouTube channel is a vlog. You should be careful in understanding it. Okay? Right. Anonymous user means user who doesn't need any authentications. Without authentications, he can edit, right? Don't worry about the notes because we will share the notes from the beginning for the registered users on a separate private repository that we will be discussed about that authentications and all once we start the registered sessions, right? Yeah. Yes. You have any doubts?
कौन जाउच रो दिए?
Yeah, sir.
Yes. What is your
YouTube is what, sir? YouTube is vlog.
YouTube channel is vlog.
YouTube channel is vlog, but YouTube is what, sir?
Podcasting.
Broadcasting. Media. Google Maps is also a broadcasting.
Google Maps podcasting. Why? Why you made it as a podcasting?
Yeah, sir. Sorry.
Don't
Google Maps is like wiki.
It is like wiki. Right?
Okay, sir.
Yeah, no more GitHub and all, right? So because these are all demo sessions are happening, now we will conduct only for registered people. All the notes, all the documentation, everything will be only for registered people that we will share for the people who registered on the registered session start, right? These all demos, if you want, you can listen so on YouTube channel also again and again, right? Notes, soft copies, everything are for only registered people. We will upload there. Just few days, I given a note on GitHub, that is enough. At demo level, that is enough. These all we will upload for registered people in a private repository and give them, okay? You can follow that. Yeah, you contact Mr. Ramesh or Mr. Srikanth. So for these admissions and all. So from Wednesday, link will be changed. No more demos, right? Tomorrow will be the last demo. So it is done. We can start now registered sessions with our people, right? Okay, hope you are clear with this, right? Then we will meet tomorrow and we will continue with this, no? Right. Tomorrow we will be having the last demo session. Then we can, from Wednesday, we will have a private session for registered people only. Okay. The link will be forwarded to you by our admin for the registered people. Right.